Good morning. So it is Saturday, and it's just after 5. I'm having to whisper because Lisa's still in bed. I'm going to do like a full day or a full weekend in my life, or a full Saturday. So far this morning, what I've done is I woke up and I weighed myself in. I do that first thing. I go to the toilet and then weigh myself. And now I'm going to grab a glass of water. Today you'll get to see some training. You'll probably get to see a meal off plan. And we maybe go for a little walk somewhere as well. Again, it won't be too interesting just now. It's not the best of times. Like in a gaining phase, you don't do that much. It's not that hard. I do get to eat some tasty food, but you should always be eating tasty food. It's a luxury that I suppose we have, that there are good foods that we can eat. But we'll just see where the day goes. I want to get better at this vlogging thing for when it comes to the dieting, so you can see that to lose fat, it just takes time. You've got to be in a calorie deficit, and you're probably going to have to do a little bit more than you would normally. But again, I'm just trying to use this time to practice, get better at this, and share what you need to do to build muscle. Again, I know probably a lot of you don't really care about that, but I'm going to try and show you. Hello, so about 2 hours have passed since I last spoke to you. I'm just about to get my pre-workout meal in now. After I spoke to you last time, I had a big glass of water. I climbed back into bed, watched a couple of YouTube videos, replied to some messages, and now Lisa's up and about. We're probably going to have a pre-workout. We're probably going to train together today. That doesn't normally happen. Normally I'll let Lisa train a little bit before me, and then I'll come in like halfway through her session. Again, you'll see the room that we train in is not very big, so fitting my body in there and Lisa's and all the equipment, you'll see. So we're just prepping up some coffee. We're going to have a pre-workout today. We normally have some sort of oats, or again, I've spoken about this before, and if you're a client you'll understand. We have like a low GI meal, so something that's going to take a longer time to to process and burn off the energy, so you have energy throughout the whole workout. Again, today we're having Weetabix, some whey protein, and maybe some fruit on top of it. Again, remember it's all about health. And then today I do need to pick up some coffee, so you maybe see me going to town. I'm trying to think. I don't think there's anything else really. Walk, train, coffee, meal off plan. So you'll get to see what I pick for like my free meal. I don't call it a cheat meal because if you think about how you would feel if someone cheated on you, it's got a lot of negative connotations with it. So meal off plan or free meal or taste, whatever you want to call it. All food should be tasty, and you'll see what we have this morning will be delightful. So that is coffee made and breakfast is made. So most mornings at the weekends, in fact most mornings, I'll make the coffee, Lisa makes the breakfast. So this morning I've got 4 Weetabix, some fruit, and a little bit of granola to try and get some fats in. I'll add the calories here if I can figure out how to do that. What we'll do here is we always have breakfast together. We'll probably watch a YouTube video. Again, there's a bunch of people we watch. If you want me to talk more about them, I'll let you know. I'll maybe zoom in on someone just now. Again, so coffee, breakfast, and this is just our pre-workout meal. And here is Lisa's beautiful creation. I actually even think I've got a bit of cinnamon in there. Some blueberries, bananas, a bit of granola with some seeds in it to get some fats in, some raspberries, some cinnamon, and I've used my protein coconut flavour for the milk. After I've eaten, I like to take my multivitamins. I won't go into these because I feel people will think that this is some sort of secret or this is the solution to what I'm doing, but it's not, so I'll go into them in another video, but just know that everything else that I do, these give like 1% to that. They don't give 1% to nothing, they give 1% to everything else. It's almost like a safety net as well. So we finished eating about, I don't know, 25 minutes ago. We watched 2 YouTube videos there, 2 bodybuilders. I quite like watching bodybuilding stuff because it's like I'm just completely engulfing myself in it. And also, like I've spoke about, like improving your normal. And with me watching bodybuilders living their lives and doing their day-to-day processes, it makes it more normal to me. So when I have to get up a bit earlier, have to do my steps, have to do my cardio, have to train, it doesn't seem like it's a chore. It just seems like, oh well, everybody else around me is doing it. And again, that's something that I use. It might be a useless tip. There's no research to suggest that you do that. But like I do talk a lot about improving your normal. Again, we've watched them now. I don't like watching much more than that. I kind of, like I say, I got back in bed this morning, watched a bit of YouTube. So I kind of want to be a bit more productive. So I'm going to sit and read for about 20 minutes. I'm currently reading The Female Brain. It's a good book. It's interesting, especially being a man. There's a lot of stuff that I didn't know that women thought about. Again, it's not all women. There are outliers, and a lot of the stuff in these books I do feel is potentially, you're not really supposed to say it nowadays. I know that we live in an era of complete equality, but I do also believe that men and women are, well, you have to believe that men and women are different. But again, that's something else. That's a different topic. I'm going to read this book, and I will speak to you soon. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to prepare my intro workout. So I have creatine monohydrate, I have essential amino acids, and I have, I'll butcher this, highly branched cyclic dextrin. So what that is that's just like a carbohydrate that your body can digest and use very quickly. The creatine, it's the most researched supplement in the world. It just helps with strength. I believe it could help with recovery as well. And then the essential amino acids is just a way to get protein in while I'm training. Thank you, Dad. I don't know if you'll watch this. My dad got me this. I was pouring powder everywhere. And if by any chance, the lovely woman that helped me in Morrison's to try and find one, I believe her name was Hazel, tell her, or if anybody knows her, if she sees this, you can get them from B&Q, or was it, believe it was my dad picked it up from. So this is what I'm going to prepare before. I'll drink this during training. Again, it's just to kind of keep my energy levels up, help my muscles repair, and prevent any sort of like unnecessary breakdown. I have got pre-workout pulled out, but I don't think I'm going to take any today. I maybe will. I quite like the feeling of pre-workout. So I'm just going to put this together, and the next time I see you, I will be training. Okay, so I'm going to take pre-workout. I said I was going to only maybe take it. But what I'm going to show you is you've all been shaking up your protein shakes wrong. Your pre-workouts, I know a lot of you all go for the cocktail method, but the most anabolic way. You've got to get aggressive with it. You've got to give it... That'll do. You've got to be more aggressive with it. None of this Tom Cruise nonsense. Remember, I used to work at a cocktail bar. I used to get called Tom Cruise as well. So there's your method. You got to be aggressive with it. So that is me written up my session. Let me see if this flips over. I just recorded this a second ago, and what it done is it flipped it round. So we're setting up just now in the home gym, living like LT. I know I smacked her bum there. We're just setting things up, keeping a logbook. It just allows you to not have to remember what weights you've got to lift that session. Again, what I'll do is I'll take you through the session. I will record a couple reps or a set of every exercise that I do. I'm going to try and get through this quick. It is quite a nice day, so I don't want to get outside. So I will see you through the session. Not the most flattering angle to take that from. So that's a stiff leg deadlift from the blocks. What I'm thinking of doing there is keeping my back as flat as possible and trying to squeeze my bum and initiate my hamstrings as soon as I can out of that bottom part. Again, this is what I'm doing. This is my posterior day, so it's my entire back. You'll see there will be a bit of rowing. There's quite a lot of glute stuff, and I have a split squat, like a leg sort of movement, and then I've got a hamstring movement as well. This is like one of the hardest movements that I've got. It's just recently been put in. I think it was 2 or 3 weeks ago Vaughn put it in. Vaughn Wilson, my coach from physique. Again, you're just trying to lift that weight up with hamstrings and glutes. You're not trying to use your lower back. Not the most flattering angle, but you will see the hungry bum, and you will see me squeezing it to try and get it to tens. Also, thank you to my brother-in-law for the blocks. He was the one that put them together. For inquiries, search for Tyndall's Timber and use discount code TS Health and Fitness. So again, when I'm doing these, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to initiate with my glutes from the get-go. So the second I start coming off the ground, again, this bench isn't high enough. And I do have some padding, but it slides when I use it. Again, I maybe do it wrong. But what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to just squeeze my bum cheeks together as hard as I possibly can from the bottom to the top. I hold for a second there, and then I think of slowly like releasing my bum cheeks. I know that sounds ridiculous, but I'm tensing them together, and then I'm slowly letting them come apart. And then when I set at the bottom, I try and like completely set them off, and then I think about using them again. I think anybody with good big glutes is going to be strong. They're going to be athletic, and I think it just gives a great physique. It's like that middle point. So it's just, I think it's essential for everybody to be training some sort of glute thing, some sort of glute movement. Again, it's not just for women. Take note, blokes. Do your hip thrusters. So, watching that back, that was supposed to be a set of 10, however I done 9. All I'm trying to do when I'm thinking of this is I'm trying to think of my hips going backwards, and then as I drive through my front foot, I'm thinking of squeezing my bum forward. So again, this is more glute. I do use my quad a little bit, but not as much as if I was to let my knee go forward. Again, that's, if you want me to, I don't know why I always say again. It annoys me, it's probably annoying you. If you ever want me to do like a video talking through training and the way I move and why I move that certain way, I'm more than happy to do that. But today's just day in the life. Try to see what I do, see how I train, and hopefully provide some sort of value. Like I said before, the whole point of me doing this is to show you that you don't need to live like an elite athlete or a bodybuilder to see progress. And I'm doing that by doing it. So I'm showing you what doing stuff every single day does and where that takes you. And I'm hoping it takes me to the extremities of having like an incredible, like blow your mind physique. And what, like, I know that that's what people do desire and what they sometimes do want. They want that physique that they see in the magazines and they see on Instagram. But I want to show you what it takes to get that. And I want to show you as well and kind of debunk some of the fitness industry that's saying like you can do this stuff in 6 weeks. So like that is the main reason I'm doing this. And the second reason that I am doing this bodybuilding stuff is to push myself. I've always enjoyed competing against other human beings. I've always enjoyed pushing myself, completely engrossing myself in things. Ask my parents, ask my mum. I used to take basketballs on holiday with me. I used to take my skateboard on holiday with me. I used to just like batter my ball off the back garden all the time, drive my mum insane. Video games, I freaking just focused in on it, like played constantly. Like I quite like doing that. I quite like going all in on things. Again, I could go pretty deep on that and give you like my perspective of like the meaning of life, but I'm not going to do that. Let's just get on with training. I'm going to do the other leg and I'm going to try and get my 10 reps and not just 9. This is one of those movements that feels like you're moving way more than you are. So what I'm going to do is this next set is I'm going to slide towards the door a bit more, take a bit of the tension out of the bands. I'm focused on really keeping my bum clenched and my hips on the floor and just pulling my heels back to my bum. It's the hamstring here, the back part of your leg. That's what pulls the heel up. So just trying to just use that, isolate that and not use anything else. You can see I'm a bit out of breath. I don't know if this is because I'm starting to get a bit heavier, but I did try pretty hard there. You maybe hear some grunting and roaring in there too. But again, this is the last leg exercise, and then it's 2 like upper back sort of movements. And again, the best thing about videoing myself is I can see that I'm not actually getting my heels as close to me as I'd like to. So next time I'm just going to shimmy a bit closer to the door. So with these are supposed to be single arm rows, but because I'm recording, it's taking me much longer. So I'm just doing like a bent over dumbbell row. Don't tell my coach, I don't think he'll care. What I'm trying to think of when I'm doing this is one, keeping my core nice and tight so I'm not using my lower back to keep me in that position. And the second thing what I'm trying to think of is I'm trying to let my arm come down to allow my lat to stretch as much as possible. And then I'm trying to drive my elbow to my lower back to cause my lat to contract. If you want to kind of use more of the upper back, I guess you could pull from the shoulder as opposed to pulling that elbow back, but I don't know how safe that is, so I don't know if I would recommend that. But all I'm thinking of is trying to pull my elbow to my lower back and squeeze that lat when I've got that elbow backwards. I'm trying to squeeze my lat and hold it there for a second. And again, like anything, as I'm coming down, I'm trying to come down nice, controlled and slow. I hope these little snippets in between help. Again, I've only got 2 more exercises and then I'm done. This has been about an hour and a half, and that's normally how long my training sessions last. Hour and a half, 2 hours. So I'm going to try and get through these a bit quicker. I may not do another tutorial, sort of talk through what I'm doing from here. I've just got calf raises and then like a funky single arm pull down thing. Again, you'll get to see it, but I don't know if I'll talk. So with this movement, all I'm trying to do is just get that lat, that part of my back, as short as I possibly can, and I'm trying to squeeze and tense it as hard as I can when my elbow's close to me. And then when I'm forward, I'm just trying to let it stretch out as much as possible. Short and sweet. After this, I've got calf raises. You all know what calf raises are. I'm just trying to go onto my tiptoes. I'm trying to make sure I allow my heel to go below my toe, so I have a yoga wedge. I use this like a step, and I'll hold a dumbbell. And I'm trying to make sure I take the bounce out, so I don't like just drop and then bounce straight back up, because that's just your Achilles tendon, just like bouncing up and down. I try and go down, relax, let all the tension come out, and almost just settle my foot on the floor, and then I just start and squeeze my calf to push my toe down. That's training for today. I feel a bit sick, so I won't be eating straight away. I'll probably chill out for like 5-10 minutes. Again, it's Saturday. I do have 1 client to set up today. And again, I'll maybe do that, then eat. So I will catch you when I'm eating, probably. Okay, so it's a little bitty after me training. I've kind of twagged my back a little bitty. So if you see me like touching and fanning Can't say that. You cannot say that. Faffing around with it. It's because I've hurt my trap a little bit. So it's now post-workout. This is like the infamous meal. This is the one that, if people follow me on MyFitnessPal or they speak to me about this stuff, this is the meal that's the biggest of my day probably. So I'm trying to get, I think it's 250 grams of carbs, 30 to 40, 45 grams of protein, and about 10, 15, 20 grams of fats. I've got egg white omelette, 2 bagels, Rice Krispie squares, and Tesco's Honey Nut Clusters, the best cereal in the world. If you're trying to diet and lose fat, do not eat it. So here it is. Always make a smiley face with your omelette. So we'll probably watch another YouTube video or two. Again, just something light-hearted now. Something I was trying. There's a guy called Bo Miles who's like an adventure athlete lecturer kind of guy. He's just feel-good stuff. He's supposed to produce a video or release a video today, so hopefully that's there. Once this is done, we're probably going to head out for a walk. Lisa T? Yeah. Head out. Yeah, so I will speak to them. So, some of you may be wondering why I'm using such a big bowl, but the reason I'm doing that is to try and make that portion look smaller, to trick my brain into thinking I'm not eating 1400 calories. I will put the calories for this meal up on the screen. I'm not going to eat in front of you perverts, so I'm going to get on with this, and I will check back in once we're done eating completely. Goods acquired. So we popped in at Smithy's, the little delicatessen on the West Port. The 2 young girls that served me were lovely. I don't know if they'll ever see this, but that's a Sacred Grounds Coffee Company. That's roasted in our broth, so keeping it local. So we're very fortunate, if you don't know, to live right on the coast in a town called Arbroath. Me and Lisa have just gone for a walk, so I'm still trying to hit about 10,000 steps a day, and when I do that I try and make my walks somewhat pleasant, and I always find being beside the sea is fantastic. Fact, but I actually have a few world records in skimming stones as well. That's not true. Shout out to my skimming stone pals from uni, Sam, Pez, James Mitchell. I thought it was terrible. Here's the boat record. This is it right here. World record. LT. So that is us back from our walk. We were out for about an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes. That's me done my 10,000 steps today, so I'll probably just chill out for the rest of the day. I'm gonna have one of these, whichever one Lisa doesn't want. We're then gonna decide what we're gonna have for our evening meal, our off-plan meal. I think I said that wrong last time. Again, as you can see, the day's pretty underwhelming. I don't really do much, especially at the weekend. I do try and give like all my time to Lisa or friends, family, if I can like bump into them somehow or just go past them because of all the rules. But we do try and at least wave to one another from time to time. What I'll do is I'll check in when we decide what we're going to have for our off-plan meal. We probably won't do much else. We're going to maybe watch a Marvel film. I'll maybe play a game of chess on my phone. I'm pretty sure you don't want to see that. The most important or the most exciting parts of the day have been done. I'll check in with you once our meal comes. So for our meal off plan, we decided to go to the townhouse. Thank you very much to Big G and all the staff at the townhouse. I hope you're all well. Burger looks fantastic. I decided to go for the Beezer
Stacker, I think.
The Beezer Stacker. It's named after one of the chefs that either still works there or used to work there. On there is a burger, bacon, chicken goujon, and a couple hash browns, some chips. Lisa, what did you get?
Bacon cheeseburger.
Bacon cheeseburger. We have Guardians of the Galaxy on the TV. You can probably tell I'm starting to get a bit excited. I may actually have a bottle of beer with this. I'm undecided. But from here on out, we're just going to probably watch that film. I'll wrap this video up now. Thank you very much for watching. This has been a day in the life of a wannabe bodybuilder, I guess. I hope you enjoyed it. I will be doing something like this hopefully every Sunday, or a video every Sunday. I don't think I'll be doing a day in the life. If there's anything you want to see, if there's any questions you have regarding anything that I've done today, let me know and I will speak to you all soon. Just in case anybody didn't believe that I could eat all that burger, easy peasy. The burger was fantastic, chicken goujon was incredible. Highly recommend. Thank you again and I will speak to you all soon.